The bills will choke you, a choke. America will humble you. Don't you ever say that it can never be you, because the universe will make sure that it is you.
I'm outside in an AMG, right outside, TT, two-turn baby girl, you know me.
Hey guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. As usual, my name is Sheila-kate, aka Big Sheila for a reason, and Big Sheila with a vibe. If you don't know what now, you know. Period. Today's video is about, from the title, basically these are the things I wish I knew before coming. Some of them I knew it, but I literally didn't really know it before coming, right? So this video is going to be about that. And also I'm going to be focusing more on the negative side, but then that doesn't mean I'm complaining. That doesn't mean I'm trying to discourage you from coming to America. Why will I do that? I mean, there's no reason why I'll do that. I don't think I can also discourage you, because the way things are going in Ghana, if you are letting what I say discourage you, then maybe you don't want to come. But don't say it's me that I'm discouraging you, okay? Relax. Sometimes I see certain comments and I'm like, yo, it's not that deep. Like, relax, okay? All right. Now, first things first, language barrier. I actually didn't know there was a language barrier here. I wasn't expecting there to be any language barrier, because it's America. We speak English in Ghana. I mean, it's English here, so I wasn't expecting there to be any language barrier. But trust me, there is. Or there was. Well, yeah, there was a language barrier for me. So the first week I came, I was supposed to meet this professor, this lecturer. He was supposed to like give me a job or something, right? So he said, oh, let's meet over coffee. I said, me, I'm looking for a job. You're saying coffee. What coffee?
Did I get you a cup of tea?
Forget about the tea! Forget about that cup of tea! Fucking cup of tea! Nonsense! Make us out with a cup of tea!
But me, we went for the coffee, and this one started speaking. This was like the first week. He was speaking. I knew he was speaking English, but I didn't understand what he was saying. This man was doing hey. The man was doing I said, yeah. Guys, I kept doing yeah. I did yeah, son. The man was like, oh, it's really nice talking to you, blah blah. I said, okay, cool, no problem. I went to the house. When I went home, my friends were like, okay, so how did the interview go? How was the meeting? I said, it went well. It was nice. It was very cool. Meanwhile, I'm lying. I didn't say a single word, because I literally couldn't understand what the man was saying. Like, I literally didn't understand what he was saying. And eventually he didn't give me the job. But me now, it wasn't his fault. I don't blame him. It was me. And this was like the first week, right? The very first week. And when lecture started, right, then this one particular guy. Also, it's not all of them, but then some of them, when they speak, you don't understand. There was this one particular lecturer. Every time he comes to class, I'm more confused. Like, I go to class confused. I come out 3 times more confused than I was when I entered. Hey! And the man was speaking English, but I literally didn't understand. It took a while. Like, there was one time after class, I had to ask my friend, so this man, what did he say? And he sent me a video. I'm going to post the video over here so you guys can see. Apparently, when they came, they also had language barriers. It would take a while for you to understand the English that they are speaking. I feel like my mind was just so used to the man probi, I'm going to come. Where are you? Put this thing in the lolly. You know those? I'm sorry, but like, that was the kind of English I was used to. So coming here and seeing all of that, it took a while. It took legit like a whole month for me to start understand. Right now they understand what they're saying. Right now they ogbo, when they speak, I understand. But then initially it was hard for me. And the next thing is that I realized that some of them, if you don't change your accent to speak to them, they won't understand you. Basically, you have to speak the way they speak for them to understand you. So let me give an instance, right? Where I used to work, I need to ask them if they have a calculator before they enter, right? So every time I'm like, do you have a calculator? Then they're like, what? I didn't get the what? I said, these people, what's wrong with them? Do you have a calculator? What? They normally used to do it in front of my boss, like when my boss is around. So it kind of made it look like me, I'm unprofessional, I'm incompetent, I'm not doing my job well. So it was so bad. I had to have a calculator on me and go like, do you have this one, do you have it? Then they'll go like, oh yeah, I have it. So I was like, what is happening? Turns out that the minute I changed from calculator to calculator, oh, do you have a calculator? Oh yeah, I have a calculator. It was so smooth. So because I said calculator and not calculator, these people didn't understand. I said, So now every time I'm like, oh, do you have a calculator? Oh yeah, I have a calculator. It was so smooth. Like, so that T, that letter T, if you don't silence it, they wouldn't understand you. Do you understand? Do you get what I'm trying to say? So words like butter. In Ghana, we say butter. You have to say butter. Do you have butter? I am in South Dakota. But then you have to say, oh, South Dakota. Everyone here says South Dakota, South Dakota. So if you don't say that, you guys say South Dakota, everyone will be looking at like, you are from far. Do you understand? And like the minute I started doing that, I realized that communication has been very easy for me. So now I'm like, well, I now understand why people, when they come here, they literally change their accent, and then back home will be like, oh, take no, yes, you are doing lafa. It's actually not lafa. Can't think of it. It's not lafa, because if you don't do that, they won't understand you. So you literally have to be intentional about certain things you say. Do you guys get what I'm trying to say? But yeah, but back in Ghana, I used to be like that. Oh, this one, you are doing lafa, you are doing lafa. It's not lafa. If you don't change, some of them, not all of them, some of them won't understand you. But I realized that with the Bangladeshi, those Indian people, and then those Nepalese people, their accent is so thick, and then when they are speaking to you, if you understand, you don't understand, and they've said their mind, they have gone. Whether you understand, you don't understand, is up to you. It's not their business. They've said whatever they have to say. But I feel like with us the Ghanaians, we kind of feel pressure to speak like them, so then be like, oh, you went, now you have accent. It's not that. That's the first thing. And also words like washroom and bathroom, I think in Ghana we say, oh, can I use the washroom? Here they say bathroom, or they say, I mean, it's just so weird. So like when you're speaking to them, they're like, what is that? I'm like, in my country, this is how we say it. But here it's not like that. So the next thing, America will humble you. America will humble you. Also, like, you can't be a baddie here. I feel like if you're a baddie in Ghana, that's okay, but when you come here, your body level to reduce. The humbling that I've been humbled there. America will humble you. No, because when you come here, right, I see people who are big people back in their hometown. Like I have friends that are like bank managers, they were lawyers, they were this, they were big shots back home, right? But when they come here, especially if you're an international student, right, America is no respecter of persons. It doesn't care who you were in your home country. When you come here, the things you'll be forced to do, or the things that, like the jobs you end up doing, you wouldn't do those jobs back home. An example, like back home, let me use myself an example. Back home in Ghana, no matter how broke I am, no matter how unemployed I am, right, there are some jobs you can't even come and stand in front of me and come and tell me, oh Sheila, let's go and do this job. I don't even say certain jobs because it will probably look like I'm bragging or I'm proud or something. It's not that. It's just the truth. That's what it is. Like, I'm like, Charlie, me graduate, fine, you want me to go and do this job. But when you come here, the types of jobs you'll be compelled to do. In fact, the job is just there. You'll be going looking for that job. I think recently I saw one girl say something about Otutu Akoko. I think I don't know if she meant she was like pulling chicken, but it has to do with like poultry stuff, right? And I was like, yeah. I mean, quite recently, like I was even looking for cleaning jobs. I don't know if I'm allowed to say this, but I was even looking for cleaning jobs. Like I was contemplating doing cleaning jobs, and these were jobs in Ghana I wouldn't do. But you have to do it because money have you make. If you don't do it, the bills will choke you. It will literally choke you. I'm not exaggerating. It will literally choke you. And now the next thing is the bills. Like back in Ghana, this time in America there, I think I had the expectations I had for America. Maybe they were just so unrealistic. I guess I think that was it. It was so unrealistic. I thought that when I come here, my life would do a total transformation. I'll be traveling every now and then, like what I see people on Instagram doing. I just thought when I come here, I'll be living the life, but guy, it be lie, all be settings. Like it has made me understand that don't believe everything you see on social media. Literally, don't believe. It's all settings. It's all settings, and it will take a while for you to live that kind of life you see on social media through legitimate ways. Emphasis on legitimate ways. If you want to live those things, you probably have to do certain things I don't want to talk about. But yeah, do you guys understand what I'm trying to say? But if you want to go through the legal ways, you can't live that kind of life. That is it. Now, with regards to the bills, right, it had to take me moving here to realize how privileged I was in Ghana, because back in Ghana, I wasn't doing anything. I wasn't paying rent. I mean, I was living in my mother's house. I wasn't paying rent. I wasn't paying I wasn't paying light bill, water bill, everything was sorted for. Like groceries, I'll just wake up and then food is there. Like I had everything. The fridge was stocked. I didn't have to worry about stocking fridge. I think the only thing I had to worry about was buying airtime for myself, and that was it. I never had to think about all of those things until I moved here. It took me coming here to realize how privileged I was, and these were things I took for granted back home. And it's quite unfortunate, but then here I am right now paying bills. Like in America, the thing is that the money is there. You get the money. If you work, you get the money. The money is there. When the money hits your account, it's all beautiful. Like the money is big, like boom in your account like that. Immediately the money comes, you have to pay rent. You have to pay light bill. You have to pay internet. You have to pay phone bill. You have to pay, sometimes you have to pay insurance, health insurance. You have to pay credit card. You have to pay a credit card. You have to buy groceries. You eat. You if you're paying school fees too, you have to pay. Like by the time you pay all of these things, your money is just left with $50. I'm not joking. Well, at least for me. I don't know about other people, but then if you're getting more money, that's fine. In fact, they'll tear tax on top. But then by the time you finish doing all of those things, you are left to just $50 to do your personal things, or sometimes even less. And then now there's black tax, or like people are billing you. This whole billing thing, right? It surprised me. One time, I think when I came fresh, I was looking for. I wasn't even getting a job. I wasn't getting jobs. I was just there. No, my friend was like, "Sheila, how are you?" I said, "I'm good. How's America?" Mine, this is like the first two weeks or like first month in America. I'm like, "Oh, good." She's like, "Oh, her phone is spoiled, so she wants iPhone." I said, "Hey." At this point, I hadn't even gotten a job yet too. She was billing me. And I'm like, hey, so this is how it feels like. I mean, this is how it feels like for guys, like when the girls are billing. At that point I had to respect guys, because I was doing calculation. I was doing, if this one I'll do that. I was just doing calculations, right? Then when someone comes and bills me for phone, I say, that's not even it too. Like I feel like when you come here, I know that when you come here, a lot of people think you're a burger, so you have money. Like a lot of people think that when you come here, you get money. And truth is, I used to think that way. Honestly, I used to think that way. It had to take me coming here to realize that it's not like that. The money is not on the floor here. And even if the money is on the floor, the bills and everything you have to take would take everything away. Like right now, I can't even do mistake and wish someone a happy birthday, because I remember like 2-3 times, right? I wish someone happy birthday, like, hey, burger. One friend was like, oh, burger, thank you so much. I'm waiting for my kids. I said, okay, don't worry, no problem. Then she put her number there, her mobile number. I said, okay, no problem. She, for like 3 times, she was like literally forcing me to send money to her, because she thought when I was in Ghana, she was not doing that. But then immediately I came here, you think that I have money like that. I know this is a very touchy subject, right? But then that is it. Like that's the reality on the ground. A lot of people think that once you come here, you have money to give. If anything, you're broke. Like if anything, you're broke, because you spent almost your life savings relocating, and relocating is not easy. Settling into is not easy, especially if you don't have a job. You have to use your own money to survive. So more often than not, you probably don't have, and even anything, you're an international student, you probably don't have that kind of money people think you have. I remember there was one time someone sent someone money, and the person sent 300 Ghana cedis, and I was like, burger pan, if you send money. That was when I was in Ghana. Burger pan, if you send money, is it 300 you send? My mouth. It had to take me coming here to realize that money that the person sent you is probably 2 hours of their life or 3 hours of their life that they've worked for you for free, and they've given it to you. Before, I used to say, I mean, I'm not the only one. Like people used to say that, oh, those UK people, they don't give money, their head is hard. It's not that too. The bills that people have to pay here, the bills that people have to pay. Like if I know all of these things, I won't be that ignorant. I remember recently I sent a picture to like the family group, and then someone was like, see how big I've become, because I'm in America. I don't have stress. I don't have anything thinking about. Look at, that's why I become big. Then I was like, do you know the bills I have to pay? Do you know the things I'm going through? I don't tell you any of these things. That doesn't mean like I'm chillax, I'm enjoying life. Then he was like, oh yeah, in America dear, I mean, if you're going through a lot, you won't become this fat. And I literally just kept quiet, because like the ignorance was just too much. And I didn't even blame that person, because me too, I was once like that. I once used to think that once you move to America, you are literally the richest person, you're a billionaire. It doesn't work like that. It really doesn't work. But then you wouldn't know. So until you come here, you won't see the reality on the ground. Okay, so the next thing is the depression / loneliness. See, back home when I was in Ghana, I'm sorry if I keep saying when I was in Ghana, but I was in Ghana. Back home when I used to see content creators like post pictures, oh, it's very hard here. I think I remember one time I saw some girl, but she was crying. She said she wanted to go back to Nigeria. She was just crying about how she hated it here. I think she was in the UK or something. Do you know, I was like, this girl are not correct. You are not correct. If we want to come to America, we want to come to the UK, want to see snow, and you are over there complaining. If you can't do it anymore, just come home and stop complaining. Like I said, me, it can never be me. That's another thing. Don't you ever say that it can never be you, because the universe will make sure that it is you. The universe will make sure that it is you. Hey guys, when I came here, oh my goodness, I used to think that what is depression? I can never be depressed. It's not my portion. Depression is not my portion until I came here. It's so easy. Like, it's so easy for you to fall in depression. Like, it's so easy for you to be depressed, especially when you come here the very first few months. It got some points like I couldn't, honestly. Like, I was down. Your girl was going through it. Life was beating me. Everything. See, the weather was killing me because I came here during the winter, and winter here, it's like working in freezer. In fact, freezer is even better. One, I was coping with, I couldn't cope with the weather. I was feeling cold. I was literally freezing. Two, the food, like I wasn't eating because there was no kinky, there was no, it was just I missed home. I was lonely. I was just so depressed. But then you see people, my mom will call me and she'll be like, oh, do your thing. I'll be like, ma, yeah, joke ba. But I'm lying. I'm not joke ba. I just don't want to add to her. This money be petish. I don't want to say that I'm not okay and then she'll be back home, she'll be worried about me. But look, I was going through it. And a lot of people think that, oh, yeah, boga, those things. And it was just, there was this one guy that texted. He was like, Sheila, I used to post all the time. I've not seen you posting so long. Like, are you okay? The way he checked up on me, I was so touched. Like, but then some people, not all of them, some people, when they text you, they're like, oh, please, can you give me this? I want to use your account. What's your address? I'm like, yo, like, it really can get depressing here. I don't lie to you. It's so easy for you to be, I'm not saying everybody will get depressed, but like, it's so easy for you to be depressed if you don't take care. That is why I now understand why those people from the diaspora, when they come down to dirty December and stuff like that, they really dirty them about it, because hey, I can tell you that a lot of people here are working, but then they're depressed. They're not happy. The system is actually very depressed, and it's all work. Like you're just working for money. Ghana is actually a happy state, to be honest with you. A lot of people are happier. They might not have money, but then they're happier in Ghana than here. But then how we go do? The next thing is like healthcare system in Ghana, right? They let mosquito bite me. My mother, hey, bao Kolebu, let's go to Kolebu. Oh yeah, polyclinic here. And it was just, she's always stripping the hospital because it's easy access to healthcare, right? Here, apparently, it's not like that. Because you can't afford to fall sick. Like, literally, you can't afford to fall sick, because if you fall sick, and apparently I heard that's like, those ambulance and things like that, ambulance, right? If you don't know and you mistakenly faint and they come and carry you in your house, they come and carry you, their bills, the money you have to pay. So here, what people do is that if something is doing them now, then they'll literally pray not to fall sick, because if they fall sick, unless it's a matter of life and death, they don't go to the hospital. At least for my friends, hardly do I see people going to the hospital, because you don't even, if you feel like you're coming to fall sick, just have positive thoughts so that the sickness will run away. Because hey, if you fall sick, and also everything here is appointment based. Like, you have to make an appointment. Everything, if you want to see a doctor, you have to make an appointment. Everything appointment. Hey. Ghana, you don't do appointment. You just show up at the hospital. Just show up with your this thing, and that's it. But here, appointment. My God, that's it. Thank you for watching. If you've watched me up to this point, safe to say you like me. I like you too. So make sure you hit the subscribe button, and also make sure you like, you comment, and please don't forget to subscribe. Also follow me on Instagram at @vanderpoy_, and also please check out my other content. Right? I'll see you next week. Until then.